You have the ability to raise something by 0.1%. How do you cause the most chaos? Charge of a proton OFC. The universe would literally explode. I don't think that would really work because then the universe explodes and OP said we need to cause chaos, and you need something to be in chaos. What's more chaotic than everything in existence immediately and explosively being forced to rearrange itself to a stable state entirely unlike the current one? My girlfriend. Hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer starts playing the piano part of Giorno's theme. Pi number. This man's too dangerous to be left alive. Our DNA is now 0.1% closer to chimpanzees. Ooh ah, motherfuckers. Is that really a bad thing though? Humans share about 99% of our DNA with chimpanzees. So 0.1% actually becomes 10% closer. So yeah, probably bad. I'd raise the number of live raptors per one live human from 0% to 0.1%. There are now over 7 million raptors just cruising around messing shit up. Technically, birds of prey are raptors. I think I'd rather have the ones that can't fly. I would raise everyone's blood alcohol level by 0.1%. So, everyone would be drunk, and a lot of young children would probably die. Just imagine all the people who are already drunk. I was about to tell you it wouldn't change much and you misread, then I realized I'm dumb and I vastly underestimated alcohol's power all my life. The proton to electron mass ratio, or, I assume we're all dead? Does the sun even work now? Sorry pal, this is Reddit, everyone is retarded and doesn't know what that means. AM retarded can confirm. Planck's constant or Euler's number, maybe the speed of light. I don't know how these would fuck something up, but I bet it will. Well, if we try to look at it from the most logical point of view, it shouldn't change anything. If we were to act like that's possible, then everything else that needs to change would change with it, and everything would just kind of go back to normal. My best guess, that is. I suppose many systems built with fundamental constants of the universe in mind would break. E.g., if gravity got 0.1% heavier, some things would fall down. The size of the black hole in the center of the Milky Way galaxy. Earth is located about 25,000 light-years from the galactic center. Since gravity propagates at the speed of light, any effect that change would make would only be felt by us 25,000 years later. So we would have 25,000 years to beat light. That's a writing prompt right there. The height of a standard stair step. The standard stair step that humans are comfortable with is about a 10 mm range. It can be more than that. As soon as you take the first step on a set of stairs, your brain calculates the rest of them. The way to fuck with someone is to make one riser about midway up just a few taller, and 99% of people will trip on it. Source: literally just finished first year of carpentry trade school where we discussed this. This was routinely done in castles to trip up invaders but not affect defenders who were used to that one weird step. This sounds more like the castle guy was shit at his job. Oh yeah, lord, it's totally supposed to be like that, trips up invaders, you see. Sea level. Well, you don't have to wait that long for that to happen. In only 12 years we will all live in water world. LMAO rip, I live in Miami. Percentage of dentists that recommend a certain toothpaste. 9.1 out of 10 recommended. What happened to the 0.1 dentist? He was never a dentist. Just your uncle. But my uncle is a dentist. Nephew. This talk has been a long time coming. The length of a centimeter. You monster. Congratulations, we aren't allowed to make fun of Americans for using the imperial system anymore. And it's all your fault. I hope you're happy with yourself. The value of one. Goodbye, economy. It would take a long time for economists to figure out what the heck happened to their sniff. Hold on. Do I smell philosophers debating away the definition of one at the nearby university? Sorry, I've gotta run. I'd take 0.1% of every banking transaction market-wide and dump it into my checking account. I'd raise the chance of winning the lottery by 0.1%. Went from about 1 in a few million to 1 in 1,000. Lottery companies would go bankrupt, and I'd spend all my money on lottery tickets. Why not just raise your chance? BC chaos. Winning the lottery does cause a lot of chaos in the winner's life. Lottery companies wouldn't go bankrupt. You win a share of the pot so people would just win less money. I would raise my ability to raise something by 0.1% so that it's at 0.2%. 0.1% to every dude's wong. Fuck chaos, you're welcome, bros. What will I do with the extra 12 inches? Die because all the blood in your body is in your dick, starving your brain of oxygen. The strength of gravity. Gravity as a force really isn't that strong, it's the weakest fundamental force. If you raise the gravity of Earth by 0.1%, it would be the same to 3 dp as it is now. Surface gravity on Earth wouldn't be a big deal, but suddenly the orbit of every planet, moon, asteroid, etc. in the universe is gonna change. Raising the percentage of anthrax in the air. The roof. My internet speed so I'd actually be closer to getting what I pay for. The air in crisp packets. They're called chips, ya limey. The distance of the Earth to the Sun. This really wouldn't do shit. In a year, the Earth's closest distance to the Sun is 91 million miles, and the farthest distance is 95 million, roughly a swing of 4%. 0.1% would be negligible. If the Earth moved instantly by teleportation but the humans didn't, you'd be fucked though. Now, if you would choose the distance to another star instead. Damn, y'all saying scientific stuff. I was just gonna say raise the amount of one animal and mess up the entire food chain. Raise the number of mosquitoes in the world by 0.1%. The chance that you wake up as the opposite gender every morning. One day you are a dude, the next day you are a girl. Wanna be a dude again? Could take over 1,000 days if you aren't lucky. I would raise the chance up 0.1%, that every septosecond, 0.0000000000000000000000001 seconds, my bank account would be filled with €1. Even at €1, my bank account would be the biggest on the planet in shortest time. Congratulations, you just crashed the economy of every nation on Earth. The size of all keys. Do you think that the tolerances of most keys is such that they would fail to open their respective locks on a 0.1% increase? Actually, presumably the higher the quality of a key and lock, the tighter the tolerances, such that your increase would most impact military and other high security applications. Well done. Even worse, however. Technically, all keys would include public key infrastructure and pretty much any other application of modern cryptography that makes use of any key. Bravo, you've just destroyed all in use and all backup copies of all private and public digital keys, signed certificates, all digital currencies, cloud infrastructures, and most other cryptographic applications. Societal collapse in 3, 2, 1. The probability of nuclear war at every 0.00001 of a second. The aircon at work. My boss would go nuts. Saw somebody comment the distance from the Earth to the Sun. That's not enough. Make it the distance between the Earth and the edge of the universe. The fatality rate of the common cold up to 0.1%. The amount of taxes the rich have to pay. They'll surely throw a massive fit over it. I will raise the naturally occurring amount of uranium-235 by 0.1%. The sum of 1 plus 1. I don't know what happens when math itself breaks, but I'm sure it'd cause chaos. My allowance, mwahaha. Still $0. What would you raise? Leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.